Jaeger has just been buffed, Bandit has just been buffed, and as I previously reported, Solis as well as Denari have also been buffed. We have just received the designer notes for Year 10 Season 3.3 of Rainbow Six Siege, which will be the next update, and let's just jump straight into the Sol because there's some stuff to talk about. Right, so here we are with the Year 10 Season 3.3 designer notes. You may have been aware the other day we were able to have a bit of a conversation with some of the Siege team and the developers, and we knew that this patch was coming very soon, and I also reported that Denari and Solis were getting a buff, but there's other buffs for Jaeger and Bandit in here as well. But first, I want to take a look at the wind delta graphs and like the whole pick rate and everything. So we'll start off with the wind delta. This is going to be for attackers. As we can see on console, Ashe and Ace are far ahead, and actually similar situation on PC as well. Ashe being number 1, but that's fine. She's an entry fragger. There's no issue with that. Ace being second is a bit concerning. However, we do know that Thermite, Maverick, and Habana are all getting buffs next season, so I don't think they're going to nerf Ace. That's the reason why they're buffing the other Hard Breachers. Hard Breach is one of the most important roles in the game, so Ace being in the position he is in isn't anything for concern. I know we are prioritizing buffing, and I know we are prioritizing fun. That being said, I think Dokkaebi is in a bad situation on both PC and on console. She simply is too much of a one-man army, so I wouldn't be against maybe just removing impact EMPs or knocking her down a tiny peg. That's all needs to be done with Dokkaebi. But other than this, nothing to crazy concern on these patch notes. Sense sitting in a terrible position for most or PC and console, but like Sense is niche, but they're a good op. Like I don't think Sense is bad. Surprised Deimos is in the situation he is in on both platforms, especially console. You guys are sleeping on Deimos. But you got a big cluster of operators over there. And believe it or not, Blackbeard on both sides is closer to the middle than most operators, which technically means, according to these graphs, Blackbeard's one of the most balanced ops in the game. So just an observation, Don't come at me. Defense is a bit more all over the place. Especially now, this is the first time that there isn't ACOG on defense on a majority of weapons, or that used to have them. Unsurprisingly, we do have a rise in Aruni. Now, I don't think the slug shotguns are much of a concern. The only one who has a slug that's quite high is Kaid, but he also has very important gadgets. So I don't really think that his is because of the ACOG majorly, because you can see Bandit is in a somewhat similar position as well. He's actually the most picked on console. I find that very interesting. Maybe you guys are playing for the ACOG, but I think that's fine on the slug weapons. But Aruni definitely high. So again, this honestly, this highlights the issue of ACOGs on defense again, with Aruni being the most on PC. So maybe they're not done there. But I would like to see some other buffs. I mean, Tachanka definitely in need of a buff. Clash, despite getting a remaster, still pretty low, but she's definitely in a much better position. Skopos being the highest win rate defender on both platforms, despite being underpicked, but very interesting to see she has a high win rate, so maybe play some more Skopos. You may have more success with her. But yeah, I don't really think there's anything crazy that we need to jump on these graphs for now. I think they're fine. I have always said that I think DMR defense still should have went with the other ACOGs. But yeah, Denari as well, sort of like creeping in the middle line. But if we move to the win rates and everything, Ace, most banned on console. Most banned on PC as well, followed by Dokkaebi, Thermite, Ram, Blackbeard on PC. Let's see if console is quite similar. They have Thermite, Ram, Dokkaebi, Maverick, Blackbeard. Yeah, similar case on both sides, to be fair, when it comes to a lot of these operator bans. Console players are banning Ashe for some reason. No bans on PC, at least she's not cracking the top list when it comes to operators. We move to console again. Sorry, we move to defense again for both PC and console. Mira is the most played defender. Most banned defenders, shall I say. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. We also have Kaid in second place on both platforms. Number 3 on PC is Azami, which is also Azami on console. So bans pretty much looking exactly the same across the board for PC and console when it comes to defenders. But now let's move over to the operator balancing. So for Denari, they say, after statistical analysis and player feedback on Denari, we've decided to revert some of the changes from the previous patch. We can admit they may have been done a bit too hastily, so we have reverted the damage change and the reconnection delay. Okay, they didn't tell us they have reverted the damage change. That I honestly disagree with. I thought the damage change was fine. But okay, we'll see. I'm not against the reverting of it, but I thought that was fine. In addition, the Glaive 12 has not performed the way we expected and is receiving a package of buffs to make the weapon more viable in gunfights. We've also taken in and understood feedback about its ability to create rotation holes, feeling tedious. While slug shotguns can be used for rotation holes, the Glaive 12 primarily complements the trip connectors for precise line of sights, footholes, and head holes. Okay, that's fair. So trip connector, it now does 20 damage once again, and connectors reconnect instantly after having their line of sight blocked. So they come back online instantly now after being blocked, so like you walk in front of it, and they now do 20 damage once again, so they've buffed the damage for them. The Glaive 12 now does 67 damage instead of 63. The damage range drop-off has been increased to 15 meters to match other slug shotguns, so you'll be able to do more damage at longer ranges now. Improved recoil on the first shot on both PC and console. Total ammunition is increased from 29 to 44. That's massive, because I find myself running out of ammo on that gun really fast. Hip fire accuracy has been increased to match other slug shotguns. So that's interesting that the Glaive 12 wasn't the same as other slug shotguns statistically. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't match other slugs. Anyway, yeah, Glaive 12 buff. It's going to feel more like other slugs now. Why was that not the case to begin with? I don't know. Jaeger. We are boosting Jaeger's secondary options by including a handgun with a sight. This change would add versatility to the loadout and more reliable mid-range secondary for players that want to use the shotgun as a primary weapon. So what they're doing, they are adding the P10C pistol as an extra option for Jaeger. This is the pistol with the little reflex sight on it that Warden has, and Clash also has it as well. A lot of you may not use that weapon because you're probably using the secondary SMG on those operators, but yeah, it's the pistol which Warden mainly has. I'll show a picture of it on screen, you'll know what I'm talking about. Next up, we have Bandit. Oh, I just want to say, by the way, going back to Jaeger there, I don't think that's replacing anything in his kit. I think it's just an extra weapon added. But yeah, Bandit. Hitting exterior soft walls before reinforcing is a common tactic used to improve sound propagation. This is a bit of a good thing that they're acknowledging this, allowing defenders inside the objective to better anticipate enemy movements outside. Bandit has traditionally lacked a reliable secondary weapon to perform this kind of setup independently. With the introduction of the Keratos, Bandit gains the ability to create his own openings on exterior walls. I like their reasoning for this. This is good, Ubisoft. You're aware of how people are playing the game, and it may not be in the way that you intended, but you're allowing people to adapt on it. I like that. Enhancing his self-sufficiency during the prep phase and reducing reliance on teammates for early round destruction. So yeah, Bandit has received the Keratos, which is the revolver, which were Alibi, Maestro, and I think they're the only ops that have it. I really like how they're doing this. So if you guys don't know, if you destroy a wall and then reinforce it, you can hear through that wall better because the sound is traveling through less objects. And this is mainly used for bandit tricking, so you can hear if they're going to place on the wall. And Ubisoft have went, oh, well, you guys like to do that, so you can bandit trick better. Here's a Keratos for Bandit, so you can make those holes even easier. Fucking good job, Ubisoft. This is what we're asking for. You're realizing how people play, and you're adapting to it, and you're helping us. And this is a really fucking good change, by the way. Like, I don't want to sound like a glazer, but hats off right now. That, yeah, glaze all I want. But yeah, that, okay, I'm happy to see that. Finally, we have Solis. Solis's use of her ability was not improved after the latest changes. Players don't get enough benefit from it, and we want to attend to this. We are reviewing her ability configuration and buffing a few parameters. The range of the ability will be increased, along with its overclock duration. We are also bringing back the impact nades in her loadout to make her more versatile. So detection range is now 20 meters, it was 12. Overclock now lasts 15 seconds instead of 10. And the minimum spec IL charge to activate the ability is now 25%, it was 50. So what that means is once you've depleted to 0, you can start using it again at 25, but then it'll go down again at 25. But you can start using it at 25% as opposed to before where you had to wait until it was at least 50% to use her gadget again. She received impact nades and they removed bulletproof camera. That's fine. She didn't really need a bulletproof camera. Impacts complement her kit. But yeah, wow, this is a good patch now. I like this. We need more like this consistently, and they have promised that they're going to do this more consistently. If this if this is a teaser to what we can get consistently with our patches, I'm open to it, Ubisoft. Keep this up. I am giving you commendation here. I like what I'm seeing here. Do it more. But I want to know what you guys think of this patch note. This isn't out yet, obviously. This is just a designer note. I'm not sure when it will come out. Potentially tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Tuesday. Tuesdays are update days, so this could come tomorrow. But I'll keep you updated on that. But be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Love you guys.